supposed to work out today, man, but I gotta go fly a sign. I gotta pay my phone bill today. Shit. Gotta hurry up and go down there. Get down there, man. Everybody on the road is crazy right now, man. We got Christmas shoppers out here. The roads are full, bro. The roads are full right now. And we got travelers too. Travelers and Christmas shoppers everywhere. You know? Did you see how that coach messed up the bag? Where? Who? Who fucked up their bag? I bet it was over a woman too. I bet he fucked that up because of a woman. I don't even know what you're talking about, and I already know what you're about to say next. I bet it. What's up with it, Sean Breezy? Who fucked up their bag? Head up. The University of Michigan coach. It was over a woman, huh? He fucked up that bag. I bet it was because of a woman. A lot of motherfuckers, they let their dick get out of control, man. You can't have your dick out of control, man. That's what happened to me, man. When I was dealing with sub-5 stalkers. She tried to put me in jail, bro, because I didn't want to sleep with her no more. Well, I tried to sleep with her. Well, I didn't want to fool around with her no more. It's all because of a woman. Motherfuckers use the bag, they lose the bag because they don't know how to keep their dick on the leash, bro. They let that motherfucker run wild and shit. You know what I'm saying? Down the drain, yeah, see? You gotta watch yourself, man. Gotta watch yourself, you feel me? No, you gotta watch yourself. Keep your shit on the leash, bro. Keep your shit on the leash. It's okay to have sex, but don't let your dick run wild out there, bro. Like when I get the bag, I'm gonna have to watch who I fuck with and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they might try to sue me for like sexual harassment or something. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of money. They're gonna claim the Me Too bullshit and all that other shit, man. That's why you gotta be careful when you get the bag. Sometimes you might not have to show your money. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I want to talk about no room for failure. Because some guys don't get it. You feel what I'm saying? You know, this society has made it where you cannot fail in life, bro. That's one thing I learned coming up. It's like, you have to succeed. You have to, you know, cross the finish line, or there's going to be consequences for that. You won't be able to procreate. You know, meaning having a family and shit like that. You know, we can't afford to fail. Like me, I have to keep across the finish line. Like, I learned from past experience that you don't give up on anything that you're doing. I regret giving up doing music and stuff, man. You know, I regret it. And now I'm paying the high price for quitting. An 8-year drought without a female in my life, that's a punishment, bro. That means, nigga, whatever you touch, it gotta turn into gold. Or make it turn into gold. Or spend time turning it into gold. You hear what I'm saying? What's up with it, Jamie? You know what I'm saying? It's like I have to succeed in life. I cannot fail. That's why I've been going for a long time chasing this money, man. I've been out here for 5 years, man. I got a little bit of a win, but that wasn't enough. I gotta keep pushing. I gotta keep going until I win. Simple as that. You feel me? So no, there's no room for failure. I cannot fail. I cannot go home with an empty stomach or an empty hand. Just be like, nah, I'm okay. I'm not gonna chase the bag no more. I'm good. I go back to working a blue collar job, and I'm good. But you gotta succeed, man. You need to succeed. You know. This society says that though. You see what they do to failures, bro. Right? They punish you, man. Women punish you when you don't succeed. They got the power of the cooch. And they say who get it. Feel what I'm saying? So if you lose, bro, that's on your ass. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta go long periods without sex, meaning you gotta have balls of steel, man. You gotta have balls of steel to survive long periods without sex, because this bag means this bag means so much to you. You feel what I'm saying? You know, the government punish you. Yep, they punish you, bro, for not succeeding in life, bro. And then the motherfuckers who succeed, they get rewarded with cars, money, jewelry, you know, houses. That's your reward when you succeed in life. But if you fail, poverty, a life of poverty, you will live. And a life of misery. This is not like the 1980s where you didn't have to succeed, or, you know, you didn't have to build nothing to get a woman. Those days are over now. Back in those days, things were a lot more simple. You know, technology was very, very at a low end, man. We barely had the internet back in the 80s, so it was okay that you didn't go out and become a superstar or a technician, you know, or that own your own business, by the way, a technician that own your own business. You didn't have to go out and become a doctor, a lawyer, like that, just to start a family, bro. You could start a family back in the 80s when you're poor. You feel what I'm saying? Even though you're poor, you can still get women and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And have a rotation and everything back in the 80s and 90s. Man, I barely remember the 80s though, because I was born in 1980. But I remember the 90s. Cats didn't have to self-improve back then, bro. To get a rotation going on. There was no internet really like that. No social media. Technology was still, it was still on a come up. You feel what I'm saying? But now that technology has gotten to a certain level, and it keeps rising and rising, technology, it's getting harder to procreate. It's getting harder to find girlfriends because of technology. Men have invented this shit, man. I don't know if it's population control but it's just like, now you can't afford to fail because your competition is succeeding, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, your competition is rising. That means men are getting smarter. Men are getting way more advanced in their careers and stuff. AI is on the rise. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta go to war, man. You know, these motherfuckers, they got their troops in line, ready to go to war with you. So you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta bring your troops on to go to war with them. So it's like, okay, I see what you guys are doing. Okay, you trying to stop me from having a family. You're trying to stop me from procreating. Okay, but what I'm gonna do? Guess what? I'm gonna put my troops in line, and I'm gonna go to war with you, because I know this is a war. And the strongest of the strongest only gonna survive. You hear what I'm saying? Only the strong will survive. And in the end, I'm gonna show you that I'm gonna pull through, and I'm gonna have a family, and I'm gonna have sex on the regular. You're not gonna stop me from doing what I got to do to survive. You're not gonna stop me, because I'm gonna come through, and I'm gonna come through with vengeance. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm gonna come back with vengeance. I'm gonna come back with Bad to the Bone playing in the background. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm gonna play Hit 'Em Up in the background too. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I ain't playing around no more, man. This is about my survival of my genes. I can't fail. What's up with it? Major Generals. What's up? Yeah. I cannot fail. You cannot fail. Whatever you're doing, bro, whatever you're pursuing, you gotta succeed in that shit, bro. You feel me? Whatever you're doing, you have to succeed. If you are trying to become a movie star, you gotta succeed at that. If you're chasing jackpots, you gotta succeed at that. If you are becoming a doctor or a lawyer, you have to make sure you hit the books and study as hard as you can and cross that finish line with doing that, becoming a doctor or a lawyer. That means you have to stay with it until you finish. Not giving up. Not saying, oh, school is too hard. Nah, you gotta follow through and keep at it. And whatever you do. And the last thing you cannot do is give up. That's what you cannot do. You see all these suffering incels out here, man, that can't get sex? That's punishment for not achieving anything. That's punishment for playing video games all day long. That's punishment for drinking all day long. I drink, but I don't drink all day long, man. Like tonight, I'm not gonna have a drink. We're gonna have a sober live stream tonight. I'm gonna take a couple of days off, and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still on my bag chase though. I turn my numbers in every single day. I pay attention to cold numbers, hot numbers, and warm numbers. And I have one small jackpot, but I ain't really said nothing about it because $300, $400, $500, ain't no big deal. Like $1,000, you know, that's nothing to me, man. You know, I've won that shit in the past. I just ain't said nothing. All that other shit, but my mission is to never give up and succeed, bro, at my life. I cannot lose. I cannot back out and go home. You know, I cannot surrender. You know what I'm saying? What's that song back in the 80s with the kickboxer? I think it was the 90s. At the end, I think Jean-Claude Van Damme, he beat Tong Po, and then and then after that song came on, Never Surrender. You know what I'm saying? You trying to make me surrender? I ain't doing that, man. I did that before and I got punished for it. That's 8 years without a girlfriend. Imagine if I would have like succeeded in music, I wouldn't have had did that 8 years without a girlfriend, bro. You feel me? The Kickboxer 1 was early 90s. Didn't Kickboxer 1 come out? Oh, did it come out in 1992 or something like that? I guess it was 89, right? It was somewhere around there, man. You know. Never surrender. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say, man. A lot of cats gotta understand, man. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. You gotta keep going. No crying about it. You can, but you gotta keep going, even though it hurts. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep going. Wipe your tears, get your ass back on that grind. Quick, fast, and hurry. You know what I'm saying? The first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get my teeth done. I'm gonna get me some nice skin, you know, buy me some nice skincare products, get some nice clothes and shit, get me a fat ass car, have me a nice condo to sleep in and live in, and then I'm gonna be going out looking for the chicks, man. You feel what I'm saying? Wait, you know? That's what I'm gonna do. Go out, look at me, bitch. I done achieved things in life. It took me a long time, but I finally got it. You know what I'm saying? You cannot afford to fail, bro. Oh yeah, that's right, 1989, that's right. That's what I said, 1989 or something. You know. When the going gets tough, bro, you gotta be that nigga, man, that's gonna pull through. And know that the situation is not gonna last forever. Eventually, you're gonna be out of here. You gotta be committed to your shit. You gotta be committed to your shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got, really, is commitment. You don't have to be the smartest guy to make a lot of money in the world, bro. You just gotta be committed. That's it. And Bloodsport came out in 1988. Yeah, that's right. And then after that was Kickboxer Part 1. That was my shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause motherfuckers start believing in themselves, man. He could do all kinds of things, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know. Once he knew his brother was safe in Kickboxer 1, he started whooping Tong Po's ass, okay? You start kicking ass and taking names, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I like when he went back to the corner and he asked the girl to cut the gloves off so he could really get his fight on, right? She was like, don't worry about it, cut my gloves. And then Tong Po was like, what the hell is he doing? He walked over there in that kickboxer stance. He got close, and then John Clem right there went, "Pah!" You know, with his foot hanging out there and everything after he kicked him. The shaky foot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He started whooping Tong Po's ass. He beat him so bad, man, that he knocked him out of the ring, bro. You know. You know. That was my shit back in the day, man. That's what motivated me to get into martial arts, man. I still do it to this day, man. I practice my side kick, my front snap kick, my crescent kick. You know what I'm saying? You know, my capoeira kicks and shit. You know what I feel me? I still do all that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I never surrender, bro. That's what you got to think. That's how you got to think, man. Never surrender. Because the motherfuckers who surrender, bro, they get taken in, they get tortured to death by the enemy. You feel what I'm saying? Never surrender to the motherfucker who will last longer. You know what I'm saying? And if I die trying to reach the goal, oh well. You know what I'm saying? You know. So motherfuckers who have gave it up in life, they're getting tortured by the enemy, bro. They can't move, yo. They stuck in one spot. You feel what I'm saying? You know. Van Dam, no, maybe not right now, because he old now. I probably could take him now. Back in the day, man, I couldn't take him. I was too young. You know what I'm saying? I was always into like martial arts video games too, man. Street Fighter. I was all into that. Oh, when Street Fighter came out, I was into that shit, bro. That all you get. That was brand new to me, man. When I saw that, I was like, oh shit, that shit is badass. I'm about to play this game. I was stuck on that shit. And then Street Fighter Turbo came out. Oh man, that was my shit. That's one of the best ones. And then Super Street Fighter, you know what I'm saying? With all the new characters, with Fei Long, DJ, T-Hawk, Cammy, you know what I'm saying? That was my shit. I used to get into that shit, man, and kick motherfuckers' ass in that shit, man. Practice 10-hit combos, bop, 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 bop. You know what I'm saying? That's how I live. Man, I was all into the fighting games, man, because I was into fighting, bro. Because I was a fighter coming up, bro. That's why you ain't never seen me give up. Because I got that fighter blood instinct in me, bro. I'm thirsty for blood, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And I want to win. You know? I was born like that, though. Shit, when I was like 4 years old, bro, I used to mimic Bruce Lee's his kicks and stuff, man, from in the living room. I used to mimic Enter the Dragon, and I used to pretend like I was Bruce Lee, and I was kicking all those motherfuckers' asses. I was throwing kicks and stuff whenever Bruce Lee threw a kick. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was into that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got into martial arts, capoeira in 1995. That's when I was able to fulfill my martial arts thirst. You feel what I'm saying? Because I had a thirst for it, but my mother didn't want to put me into it. And she was so into her goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? I had to do my own thing, bro. You feel what I'm saying? But the going gets tough, bro. You can't give up. You a man, bro. We gotta get this bag. We gotta get this bag, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You a man out here. You supposed to be getting money. You supposed to be driven by pussy, bro. And money. Driven by pussy and money. That's your drive right there. It's to wake up every single morning and chase that bag. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be, oh, I'm giving up, man. Why are you giving up? You making things worse. You gonna spend your life alone? You only got put 5 or 10 years in, man, and you become whoever you want to become. You know, Jean-Claude Van Damme, it took him 5 years to get into Hollywood, okay? So imagine he was on the grind. He was working at convenience stores and stuff like that, going on auditions. He was always trying to get a spot. And then one day, he got a job as an extra in one of the movies, and that's how he got his foot in the door. You know what I'm saying? But he kept going. He was like, man, fuck this. I'm trying to be a movie star, bro. Ain't nothing special about a lot of these motherfuckers. What's special about them It's their commitment and their drive and never giving up. You feel what I'm saying? That's what's so special about a lot of these movie stars. You guys, you don't understand what it took for them to get there. A lot of patience, a lot of discipline, a lot of chasing every single day until they get their foot in the door. And then when they get their foot in the door, it's like, oh, I got in, finally got in. I found a niche. I found a crack in the door. You know what I'm saying? I put my foot in it. I found something, you know what I'm saying? They kept putting themselves out there. And then all of a sudden, just like Tom Leykis said, man, when you keep trying, you start having lucky experiences. And you start seeing the fruits of your labor paying off in the stretch. You know, down the stretch, you start seeing the fruits of your labor, the fruits of your labor pay off. You feel what I'm saying? And then you go from being in that situation to out of that situation. That's what I'm fucking talking about, bro. You know, you feel what I'm saying? And then you gonna look back like, God damn, I'm so glad that I kept trying, man. I'm finally home. I'm finally with my kids, with my wife, my girlfriend. I'm finally busting nuts every single day. I'm finally having sex like I'm supposed to every single day. You feel what I'm saying? Life is good. Look at this big house. Look at this car. Oh, it was all worth it, brother. You feel what I'm saying? I got a fine big booty chick right there on the side. I'm busting nuts every single day. I'm eating good. I'm eating lobster steak and shrimp. You feel what I'm saying? I go buy me a car, the one I really want. You feel what I'm saying? Life is good after that. But you gotta struggle to get it though, because you're gonna have a whole lot of resistance. You feel what I'm saying? There's gonna be a whole lot of resistance when it comes to the bag chase, man. But you gotta keep going. But I gotta go, guys. I just got to the spot to fly my son. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see you guys on the next one, because my phone is at 30%, at 26%. So I gotta go. You guys have a good day. I'm out.